When I was about 15 years old, I'm guessing, I know I was in ninth grade at the time living in Concord, New Hampshire. I read a book about Gandhi. And we had the assignment to pick anybody and read a biography. It was an English class. It was the first biography I think I'd ever read. And I don't know how I came across or why I chose him. I can't remember that. Well, it had to do with a lot that was going on in my mind at the time. But I had a girlfriend who was a year older than me. She was in 10th grade, I was in 9th. And she was in a high school. And I definitely remember that she was the one who recommended to me that I read a book called The Razor's Edge by Somerset Maugham. Now, somehow I imagine it as being after I read this cheap little paperback about Gandhi. But it might have been before, and that might have been how I figured out about him. But anyway, what's he got to do with this? Well, this consumer strike that I'm calling for, and I say is critical. It's much more important. Well, yeah, it's more important than the idea that Biden should resign on December 3rd. I'll discuss that further too. But the consumer strike is of great importance. And why I said when I did the first video about this, I think, like Gandhi, well, I think in that video I explained a little bit how it was like Gandhi. But I want to go on with Gandhi a little bit because I just often go along assuming people know what I'm talking about, and if they don't, they'll look it up. I was affected greatly by The Razor's Edge and then by what I learned about Gandhi. And in about 5 or 10 years ago, I managed to get a copy. I'd lost the original. Another copy of that very same edition, and I read it again. It's not the greatest version by any means of Gandhi's life, but I was curious about him. I've been curious about him all my life. Well, in 1982, I think it was, there was a tremendous movie made about Gandhi called Gandhi. And I recommend, what I'm going to devote this little video to is the idea that you should take a look at that movie. On YouTube, you can view it for free with advertisings. And in that movie, I would only, it's 3 hours long, maybe I just said that, but I would only ask you to look at about a 6-minute section, starting at about 1 hour and 13 minutes, or maybe 1 hour and 15 minutes, and then you wouldn't have to watch as much. I think it might help to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Bye for now.